You guys in a car?
Aspetta, aspetta.
Sorry, because I can. Okay. Maybe now it works.
Yeah, can you hear me okay? Everything will come
Okay,
in
nice
clear?
to meet you.
Nice to meet
Hi.
you. Hello. Is
He's my boyfriend,
that
and
Simon?
he help us communicate.
That's fine. And his name is Simon, right?
Okay, okay. Can you repeat because I
That's
can't
okay.
listen.
Is his name Simon?
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right, cool. Good, good, good. And we got Mylla Issues, and we got Simon, who's going to kind of help translate. Thank you guys so much for your time. I appreciate it. Okay, so you got Modern Vampires coming out May 15th. Do you want to kind of like run down the inspiration behind the song and like what can we expect from your upcoming full-length album, My Rage?
Okay.
Capito?
Sì. I try speak, but he helps me.
That's okay. No, no, be comfortable. It's okay.
Yes. So as you said now, this track will be out, will be released on May 15th.
Mhm.
Ho detto bene?
Sì.
May 15th. And this is the track that, come dire, che presenterà l'album.
That will present the album.
That will present the album.
Mhm.
And dico a te mi aiuti.
Dai, okay.
Ok.
I'll translate. I will
That's okay.
translate.
Go ahead. Yeah, totally go for it.
Vai, dimmi.
E praticamente abbiamo deciso di far uscire questa traccia per anticipare l'album perché è un po' una traccia manifesto, nel senso che rappresenta vampiri, perché comunque parliamo un po' del panorama dark wave, però con vampiri intendo quelle persone che magari sono sempre sentite un po' appunto outsider e appunto un po' manifesto per queste persone che alla fine sembra un piccolo gruppo, ma in realtà secondo me è un grande gruppo.
She was saying that they decided to release this as like a manifesto because modern vampires is like a very strong concept because all the dark energy, all the dark context, the vampires and it refers not only on the dark context but for all the people that feel themselves like outsider in life, like
Maybe at school
in the
or
middle age they burned down all the people they thought they were vampires, so they were the outsider, the people that think outside the box and they will not go behind like the pop culture in this way. So these are the vampires and this song is the manifesto of the today vampires, not
Okay.
the long teeth and the blood things, but just the thing that as I was saying, think outside the box, being outsider in what you do in your life. So there's a deep meaning in this song and
describe it really good.
Thank you.
Good description of the song.
That's awesome. And is the full length album coming up? Are there going to be like all the singles that are on your Bandcamp, or are we kind of expecting some like newer stuff? And are you working with various producers?
Se giocheranno solo su Bandcamp di 10 vinili e poi se hai lavorato con un solo produttore o più produttori.
Okay. Yes, everything will be released on Bandcamp, Spotify, everywhere.
Mhm.
And the album will be released in CD format and vinyl. Vinyl, sorry.
Mhm.
And I worked with more of one producer, but most of the song are produced by my friend Max Varani is his name.
Yep.
And the other producers are Vinagre and Fruit Ghost. There is I don't know. Do you know Eco Beryl?
Mhm.
So it's half Eco Beryl. And
oh, go ahead.
And yes, and he produced Creature of June and Hunter.
And are these producers like friends of yours, or did you kind of meet them up online and just was like, let's collaborate together?
Okay. Max is a friend of mine. that come si è che è stato presentato da mio amico.
He was presented to her by a friend, a real friend.
Yeah.
Became my friend.
And he became also a friend
That's awesome.
after the work and the production.
And Fruit Ghost and Vinagre are
Just online,
I've never met in person, but I met them online.
Oh, okay, cool. That's awesome. Yeah, because I mean, it's always neat when you're working with you find other artists and producers online where everything's a little bit easier now, where you can kind of send files via email and work together with them.
Yes.
Yeah. What kind of attracted you to these sort of like witchy style and these sort of you talk about vampires and the sort of witchy type style music? Is it the mythology behind it or just the aesthetic itself?
Ok, allora dico a te.
Ok, vai.
I talk in Italian and he's
Mhm.
just like.
Yep.
Allora, diciamo che sono sempre stata attratta da questo mondo, anche a livello, anche posso parlare di film, tutto un po' l'immaginario, sono sempre stata attirata anche un pochino da queste cose tipo il paranormale, tutto questo mondo. E quindi diciamo che mi è sempre venuto spontaneo scrivere di questo, cioè nel senso magari difficilmente le mie canzoni infatti sono autobiografiche, ma cerco sempre, mi viene un po' spontaneo creare questi mondi paralleli per comunicare.
Okay, so she was always like deeply engaged with these things, and from where she's a little girl watching like witches, yeah, which is a movie and comics and songs and all these things.
Everything that was
So,
related to
yeah, to this world.
esoteric world.
So see, yeah, very strong connection also with the esoteric world and things like that. So when she writes, she writes at 100% about this stuff. Like she never had
Almost never
read
Right.
something about like herself, something like personal.
Cioè,
Always
magari io
about
racconto anche delle cose mie, però con un linguaggio un po' in codice.
when she talks about herself in the songs, it's always like with this witchy thing, with this
Like my secret language.
yeah, like a
you
secret
have to-
language, another language about this witch and ghost and vampire and black cats and all these
Yes.
type of things.
Yes, exactly.
So then is like your project Mylla Issues, is that more character based and it's not really you as a person? Like some people they'll write songs and it'll be like from the diary or from their sort of love perspective. Does this more like an alter ego or like a character in a way?
Un personaggio, sei proprio tu?
No, in realtà potrei dire che sono proprio io, nel senso che
Quello.
sì,
That's
it's me.
Okay, cool.
In real life, I'm very similar to the.
Yeah.
Character.
She is a black cat in the
Oh, okay,
area.
fair enough.
She's totally a black cat. Yeah.
That's great. And go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's it.
Okay, cool, perfect. Did you always kind of grow up, in Italy and Rome? Did you always kind of feel like the sort of outsider or the sort of alternative culture, like the goths or the punks or anything? Were you always kind of part of that scene, if that makes sense?
Siamo sentiti da parte della scena un po' alternativa o ancora più fuori?
Sì, diciamo più che altro mi sono sempre sentita un po' fuori posto
Dillo.
nei gruppi, aiutami tu parli italiano. Nei gruppi, ad esempio anche nelle classi, ho cambiato scuola un po' di volte perché ero sempre un po' quella taciturna, non mi riuscivo tanto bene a integrare.
Non riesco a...
E questo, insomma.
Okay. So from high school, like she changed a lot of class because
A lot, many
classes because like she corrects me, many classes because she always felt like different and had a little bit of rough time when it comes to socialize um, with a large number of people, because when the group is little, she's like very outgoing, laugh so much and talk so much. But when it's like more than, I don't know, 4 or 5 people, she's just
Because
quiet
I'm
and
pretty introvert person.
yeah.
So it depends. Shy. So it depends on come posso dire, dagli interessi anche di queste persone. In
Interest
base
of these people.
se questo, diciamo, cambia un po' la mia personalità e posso anche diventare estroversa, però dipende, devo sentirmi a mio agio.
So here in Rome, there's like a very strange connection because there's all the I don't know, the traditional way to live, like there's full of old people here in Rome.
Poi non
A
vivo
lot,
proprio a
a
Roma.
lot of old people.
I agree.
And there's a very strong alternative wave here in Rome, but they hide. They're not like in the streets. There's like one night in all Rome, one party in all Rome that is alternative. The rest of all, it's all like pop, just classic pop or reggaeton.
You're actually the fourth artist I've had on my podcast that's from Italy, and they've all told me that at the local bars and venues, there's only cover bands and tribute bands, and they're only playing like American music and stuff like that. Does it feel like when you finally get to play a show, does it feel like everything's a little bit more like, okay, this is my scene, this is my group and my collective? Like you feel like right at home?
Ti dice, ti senti comunque a casa quando canti sti posti dove cantano comunque un botto di cover di Carcucci?
No, at the beginning of my first live dates, I felt very, come posso dire, un po' very strange in these places because I was in a situation that it was not my kind of situation because like everyone played indie music or Italian pop and I felt a little fuori luogo, strange in the situation. So poi dopo, dici tu, poi dopo ho cominciato diciamo a suonare in serate migliori che comunque dove a tema e lì mi sono sentita meglio, però inizialmente ho dovuto fare un po' diciamo di esperienza.
Yeah, when she started, like when you just starting and you have to say yes to every place that calls you to. So we went together to these places where they're like there's she and there's like 10 people who plays the guitar.
Yeah.
And just say la 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 guitar, things like that. And so the first time was a little bit difficult because all these people with guitar and then her.
And then, okay. Everyone look at me like
they look that they're like what's this that's something that they recognize. But after the first dates, after the first the first times, we get actually to select some places where like some party that were themed like dark wave parties and things like that, god parties and things like that. And there is actually where the things became good, because when also the context is with you and is helping you, also you can do a lot better than when you're like the only one to use a bass, for example, the only one without the guitar.
Okay.
That makes sense. No, because I understand that because I'm in a small, like kind of a small town in the Midwest, and like it's kind of in the middle of nowhere and near St. Louis, if any of this if you've heard of any of this. So we kind of are trying to find our place in the music scene where we got a few local punk bands and stuff like that, but we have to like travel outside just to kind of find our group or our scene or our collective in that kind of sense.
Ultima domanda.
Non ho fatto nessuna domanda.
Ah,
Ha
ok.
detto pure lui deve... I'm translating.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Yeah, please.
Punk, cioè vicino a lui ci sono solo qualche band
Sì,
punk, e
sì,
quindi
sì,
pure lui
sì.
deve viaggiare un pochino per trovare posti fighi.
Sì, sì, infatti possiamo dire che per esempio comunque dove mi sono trovata meglio fino adesso è stata a Madrid.
Ok,
La
so
data che ho fatto a
the best
Madrid.
live we had so far was in Madrid, not in
Yeah,
Rome.
I saw that. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Sì, è stato molto bello
Yeah,
perché ci abbiamo aperto Years of the Night, quindi è
yeah,
stata una
yeah.
bella
Lo
esperienza.
devo dire.
Sì.
And she was saying that was a very beautiful experience also because we had to know and to open all the Ears of the Nile concert,
Yeah.
and she was very, very, very happy.
Yes, I was very happy because I like them a lot, so it was a great experience.
That's good. And that no, it's great when you finally feel like you've kind of worked together and start collaborating shows with other artists that are like, you know, cold wave and dark wave. You're kind of going, all right, now I can finally feel like I'm with my the people that understand me. You know.
Yes, yes. Yes, you feel like you're in the right
In
group.
the right place.
You felt understood from the people.
Exactly. Uh, tell me about growing up. Were you listening to a lot of like your parents' music? And in an interview, you said that the the radio stations in Italy just play the same old pop and just kind of repeat the same songs. And when did you kind of reach an age where you were kind of discovering your own music and going, okay, this is not what my parents are listening to. I feel like I found my own music. And what was it? Was it like SoundCloud or Bandcamp or YouTube or anything like that?
Like,
Okay.
Yes.
I feel like because even if in Italy the music on the radio station, as you said now, is always like the same,
Yeah.
but my parents always made me listen a lot of English and American music.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up with bands like Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, stuff like that. And my favorite artist is Kate Bush.
Mm-hmm.
So and then I start, che posso dire, ho cominciato ad ascoltare, ho sempre ascoltato cose alternative,
No, però ti ho chiesto da che età hai iniziato e come.
quindi da sempre ho sempre
No,
ascoltato
dimmi l'età, ti
cose.
prego, non mi di da sempre, non so come si
E poi prima
traduce.
da adolescente ho cominciato ad ampliare
12 anni?
intorno ai 15.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
So, when she was like 13, 14, she began to listen to her
Estendere
own
i miei
music, to
ascolti.
listen to something that was not her parents', car when when you take a trip with them. So a lot of Kate Bush, a little bit of Avril Lavigne.
When I was yes, when I was really like around I don't know 9 years old, I was a fan of Avril Lavigne.
Oh
A
yeah,
very
yeah, yeah.
was Under My Skin was my first album that I bought with my money.
His own
With
money,
the baguette.
with
with
the paycheck, from the
Mhm.
parents.
And about my first album, it was Under My Skin by Avril.
That's cool.
I always listened a lot of different music,
Mhm.
but almost never Italian music, very raramente,
Veramente, poca roba.
poco. Okay.
What kind of drew you to the dark wave or cold wave music style? Because there's so many different genres you can kind of explore, especially with your songwriting process. What was it about dark wave and cold wave that you felt like, okay, I feel like this is my music?
Allora, in poche parole, ho sempre scritto da anni e ho fatto musica, però effettivamente non riuscivo mai a trovare il genere che davvero mi rappresentasse. Poi a un certo punto mi sono imbattuta in Spotify, che comunque mi dava dei suggerimenti e piano piano ho cominciato a, diciamo, ad entrarmi nel genere e mi sono resa conto che era quello che, cioè, che dovevo fare io. Cioè, poi quando ho ricominciato a scrivere dopo con una crisi mistica musicale, ho capito che
È
mi
difficile
veniva
questa via,
fuori
però.
questo anche a livello di ambientazioni, sonorità, mi sentivo rappresentata da questo
Okay,
genere.
okay. It's a
Ok.
little bit difficult, but I will try.
Go
So
ahead. Go for it.
she always wrote from when she's a little girl,
Mhm.
and she always made music, but she was never like 100% satisfied in what because she didn't find
I didn't find my word, like my
Yeah,
to express.
his word, his genre. But when then out of Spotify, right?
Spotify and stuff like
Stuff like that,
good
online
things,
stuff,
music plus.
like on a random QE, like she found like the first song, the first Dark Wave song. She was
And I
like,
was like,
"Yeah, that's
what
good."
type of kind of song it is?
Just listen to another one. Oh, that's good. Also, this is very good.
And then I started
another
to
one,
listen
another
to
one.
Dark Wave and all around.
And she fall in love with that.
Yes.
Was it like a Spotify playlist? Is that what she was kind of listening to and going, "Oh my god, I love this"?
Cioè, c'era stata una playlist di Spotify in particolare che ti
No,
ricorda?
random, e poi mi ricordo anche un altro episodio che
Sì?
ho dimenticato di
Eh?
dire che quando ero più piccola stavo in macchina di una mia amica,
Uh-huh.
c'era il papà che aveva messo una canzone dei The Cure.
Okay.
Ho chiesto subito chi sono loro.
Okay. So the ones on Spotify was totally random.
Mhm.
And but when she was
mi ricordo bene,
15, she was in the car with a friend, and the father of this friend put on The Cure song.
Ooh.
So she was very The Forest.
Forest.
A forest. Sorry, a
Yeah.
forest.
Mhm.
Not the
Yep.
forest.
Vabbè.
So she felt totally in love with that, and she
And I asked him the title of the song.
the song, and from that on,
And then started
yeah.
everything.
That's great. And yeah, the Cure is like, extremely influential. Like even out here in the United States, like people love the Cure. I mean, obviously in the UK, but oh yeah, everybody here is absolutely influenced by the Cure. And there's like we have a really good goth and dark wave scene out here in the United States. Are there any plans to come to the United States and perform live? Are you guys working on that?
No, it's a story. Now, ok,
Lo dico io?
sì, dovevamo andare negli Stati Uniti però per motivi.
So we
Stavo
actually had a tour in the United States.
like Portland, Portland, Vancouver.
Portland. No, Portland. The big city near Portland.
Mhm. Oh, Portland.
Yeah.
Portland, Oregon. Seattle?
Seattle.
Seattle.
And then Vancouver.
Yeah.
And we also bought the tickets for this flight, all these things. But then your president, Trump,
Mhm.
and
I saw
just
the video.
higher the price of the visa, and then
The artist visa is very
yeah,
expensive.
the artist visa now is like
We didn't know that.
we didn't know that. We bought the ticket, the hotel, everything,
Abbiamo l'assicurazione.
and then like 2 months ago, we see, oh, but the visa, they are not
How much the visa?
they are not 200 euros, they are 2,000 euros.
2, 3.
Oh, okay, let's forget about it.
I hope in the future maybe my budget change.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We hope that the visa will go down or a budget go up. One of the two things, because
But I really hope in the future to come there.
Of course, yeah. I've talked to a lot of musicians that are, from Switzerland and in the European area, and they've said that it's hard to come to the United States right now because, everything's going up, everything in the travel price is going up, and and even just the political and social climate of everything going on here, they feel very uncomfortable, if that makes sense.
So for now we play in Europe.
That's fine. I get that. I don't blame you. What do you want your fans to take away from your music?
sorry, can you repeat? Sorry.
No, it's okay. I said, what do you want your fans to take away from your music when they listen to the lyrics? What do you want them to kind of like, absorb or to take away from it personally?
cosa devono
sicuramente
captare.
quel po' il discorso che facevo prima, nel senso che comunque si sentono rappresentati.
Yeah, to
E
feel
poi,
represented.
mi piace anche l'idea, che comunque con le mie canzoni posso fare una sorta di journey, un viaggio
Okay,
mondo
so to
parallelo.
feel represented as first thing, because you know all the things that we were saying before, to be an outsider, and it's good to be integrated in something. So to listen to some music and say, "Oh, yeah, that's
my music.
that's
I
my
feel
music. That's what I feel every day." You know. And also, she was saying to make a journey, like from the start to the finish of the album, to begin as a person and to end it being another
I
person.
like the idea of the people that make a journey with my music, like in a dreamy world
Yeah.
or something.
It's like a
Mhm.
very long dream. Then when you wake up, you realize something.
Oh wow, that's
Well,
awesome.
that's what they said there.
I love that. Why? Because I notice most of your songs are written in English instead of Italian. Is that just to kind of uh, to kind of have like a broader range of like people who prefer to listen to English music over Italian? Is it a personal reason? Like, what drew you to doing your songwriting process in English instead of Italian?
Allora, perché nonostante a parlare non sia ancora molto fluente, perché dovrei fare pratica, però ho sempre scritto in inglese, anche aiutandomi ovviamente con traduttori e cose, però ho sempre scritto in inglese e penso un po' perché io ho sempre ascoltato musica straniera e poi perché credo anche il fatto che non sia la mia lingua nativa, è come se fosse un po' in codice, mi sento più a mio agio, non è troppo esposto. Poi mi piace la musicalità, mi piace la lingua.
Okay, so there are mainly three reasons. The first is that she's not very great in speaking.
I'm not very fluent in
Fluent
speaking.
in speaking, but we're working on it. I promise, we're working
It's
on
okay.
it.
Yeah, no, you're good.
But when it comes to writing, she get to be more comfortable with writing in English than in Italian. Also because, as we were saying, she never listened to Italian music. I assure you, when we are like on a trip and I put an Italian song, she's like, "Oh."
Yes,
So
but I have to say one thing. The music he listened to is not so good. It's
no, that's
like
not.
Italian rap or something.
No,
I hate it.
non è vero. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
He feel like a trapper.
No, non è vero. That's not true.
Well,
That's-
I heard an interview, and you guys were on I think it was like at the end of last year, and
Yeah.
you were talking about how you're like a Post Malone fan, and like other music, and
A Post Malone fan.
I'm totally, and I love his new country album. I love it. I love it. It's a beautiful
He
album.
loves also Travis Scott.
I love Travis Scott also. I went to all the concerts in Italy. Also to the Circus Maximus here in Rome. That was crazy. Crazy. Sorry.
Big fan.
Big fan.
You like
Mylla,
this one?
is there any artist that you saw perform live that really opened your eyes to, being like, oh, I want to, this is why I kind of want to be a performer? Is there any artist you saw live that really inspired you?
Allora, ti dico la verità, io sono stata, nonostante io amo la musica, sono stata a pochi concerti, cioè, però la maggior parte delle volte vedevo anche un video di una band, mi piaceva qualcosa
Ok.
e pensavo sempre sì, vorrei starci io.
Okay. More aware from the live because she loves music, but she went to like two live.
I went, not too many
She's
concerts in
not
my life.
a live concert person
Mhm.
because there are a lot of people, and she's as we were saying before, a little bit,
Anxiety,
yeah,
social anxiety.
so a little social anxiety. So when it comes to be in a place with a lot of people, she's just a little bit.
Però cambia se
Scared.
suono io.
But of course, it's different when she sing, when she's performing, of course. But she was saying to me like also a lot of more than live the videos, like all these bands, all these like music artists. She was like totally in love with all the videos and things like that, and be like, yeah, I want to do that in my life.
Da quando sono piccola.
From where she's little.
Yes.
Piccola e little.
Little bit.
Very lit. Yep. Is there any artist that you are drawn to when you go? I need, some inspiration. You know, you go to you because I do that. I'll go to YouTube and watch all these concerts and kind of absorb these sort of energy from that. Is there anybody that stands out? Any concert, any live footage, any music videos that you continuously watch just to kind of draw inspiration from?
Okay, if I have to tell two names of two bands that really inspire me, I can say Ultrasound because
Mm-hmm.
I them, and another Italian bands that they're also our friends that are Shadows.
Mm-hmm.
I love them. I love all their songs, and so I think these two bands are my favorites in the scene.
Wow.
Also, we went to a weekend with Shadows
In Ravenna.
in Ravenna. That's their city, and it was beautiful.
Yes, they're so cute.
They're two incredible person, two incredible human beings.
And Alessandra told me a lot of advices for my career, and
and also Luca, dai.
yeah, also Luca.
Also Luca.
Do you have any expectations when you started doing music? Is there any expectations that you have, and do you feel like you're kind of on your way at achieving your music goals?
Hai qualche aspettativa e cioè, stai vedendo i progressi che
Sì, più di quelli che pensavo, perché ho ricominciato a fare musica perché sentivo il bisogno, non pensavo, cioè in realtà stanno succedendo più cose di quelle che pensavo all'inizio e sono molto contenta di questo.
Yeah, it's she was saying he's very very happy for how it's going, because when she started she had like a zero I don't have the word,
Prospettive, diciamo.
perspective, zero, I don't know how to say it, sorry.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, yeah. Perspective, like a outline for what.
Like a hobby for me.
Yeah.
Okay, I make music because I like, and then
and then when she
things.
started things called other things, she started with like just 3 songs that were totally homemade
And bad recording.
very bad recording and things like that. But then also the quality grew up very fast, indeed very fast. So indeed, but still.
Yes.
Yeah, and tell me about, because you said you started kind of writing lyrics at 14. Tell me about how you developed your songwriting process, and because most people, they'll write and they'll go, I don't like that, I'll rip it up, throw it away. Tell me about your process at songwriting, and when you finally feel like you were comfortable enough to go, okay, that's a great song there.
Usually, the first step is listening to the instrumental, and then it depends on how what the instrumental quello che mi fa sentire la
what the instrumental makes she feel.
Inspired, yeah.
In base a quello che mi ispira la strumentale, poi da lì mi creo. Spesso mi vengono anche semplicemente delle scene in mente, possono essere anche delle landscape.
Just
da lì creo una
when
storia.
she listen to the instrumental, like she has some I don't know,
I
like
create some scenes in my mind.
Yeah, some scenes.
Like only just landscapes, and then I start writing the lyrics around it, around this scene that I have in my mind. So usually, solitamente questo. But
she's very like, when she writes something, she never like delete it, she's just one long
alla fine faccio una revisione.
Yeah, just one review at the end, like she write everything and then one lecture.
Especially because I have to correct some English words.
Yeah, just for that.
Because I always make some mistake in English because
mistakes.
Plurales.
Yeah, because usually when a lot of people, when they kind of start the songwriting process, they'll go, okay, I got the instrumental. Do you kind of draw lyrics when you listen to the music, or have you ever written lyrics or song ideas away from, the music, like when you're going for a walk or, going for a drive or anything like that? Do you ever get inspired and then you go on your phone and kind of jot down or type out like an idea for, a song or some lyrics or anything like that? Like, do you ever get inspired outside of just listening to music, if that makes sense?
Honestly, I've never write before
Okay.
instrumental. I always listen instrumental and then I write the lyrics
Wow.
because music give me
Yeah.
the inspiration.
Puts her in the mood.
Yeah.
And plus, I almost every time I write during the night. So
Yeah.
during night.
During nighttime.
Nighttime.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Then I see more inspiration.
Mm-hmm. That's always like, yeah, because I mean, wow. Now that you brought that up, like I've always, come up with most of my ideas near the evening. It's never in the morning. I guess I'm just not much of a morning person when it comes to writing songs and
I think
work.
that of the come si dice, la maggior parte delle persone,
The majority of people.
the majority of people usually write in the night time.
Yeah. I love that. What's funny is that I've always been very much drawn to Italian movies and Italian horror and especially around like the 70s and 80s. I've always been a fan of Italian horror movies. Like and giallo movies like Dario Argento or anything like that. I always kind of got to bring this up when I'm talking to an artist from Italy. I mean, is Italian horror still a thing out there, or has it kind of been kind of put in the nostalgia?
I would say that Suspiria is my favorite movie.
Yes, thank you.
Suspiria is best. It's beautiful.
Okay.
But I can say that now no, non c'è più
No.
questa tradizione dell'horror italiano.
Dario Argento is
Dopo è
like
molto decaduto.
the last big and lo sai l'ultimo lavoro che ha fatto Dario Argento?
Mm.
The last just a curiosity, the last work of Dario Argento is a music video clip for two Italian rapper.
Ma beh,
Salmon
I
and
didn't know
Narcos.
that.
Te lo giuro. Te lo giuro.
È caduto in
It's
basso.
his last work. It's that. I assure you.
Yeah.
But no, the Italian horror is that.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe we'll come back with like a zombie.
I miss the Suspiria time.
Yeah.
But now it's
Adesso paura. Vabbè.
he is very afraid of
Yeah,
movies.
she makes me watch a lot of horror movies and I don't like it.
Mi faccio sempre vedere così in inglese. I always make them watch these movies and then he jump like on the chair.
Yeah, but
So
because non ce l'ho come cioè, I never seen like horror movies.
yeah.
When I was a kid, I watched like Cars, Madagascar, things like that.
Yeah.
I think that his favorite movie is Cars.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my favorite movie is Cars.
It's
definitely.
not horror.
Definitely.
Mm-mm.
That's so funny because it reminds me a lot like me and my wife. She's very much she'll listen to like pop and rock and stuff like that. But I've always kind of been drawn to the sort of like darker music, like metalcore or goth or dark wave or anything like that. And then I'll get her to watch like, hey, let's watch a scary movie or watch a horror movie. And, she gets freaked out by horror movies. So it's so funny where it's like, you'll see these couples where it's like, this person likes this and this other person likes the opposite, but they're still like, everything works out perfectly. I think that's so awesome.
Black Cat and Golden Retriever. I watched online like Black Cat.
You know the trend, like Black
Cat,
Cat,
Black Cat Girl and Golden Retriever.
Poi.
That's us. Definitely.
Okay.
Like my favorite horror movie is a Scary Movie, the one with with Annabelle. Love that. Totally love that.
Yes. With the Marlon Brothers, they got a new one coming out.
Yeah, I saw. We were going to the cinema to watch it.
I'm so excited to see that one.
Anyway, I make him watch all the of the Conjuring.
She makes me watch. Makes me watch all the Conjuring film.
Yes.
It was terrible. Terrible. I didn't sleep for like 3 days.
Yeah.
He had nightmares.
Yeah, a lot.
The movies that see, like, I love watching horror movies. I'm such a huge fan, and I think the only one that really freaked me out and scared me, I think, was the Paranormal Activity. It's always that sort of found footage, you know. It seems, you know, it's obviously fake, but it seems so real to me. Like those paranormal movies, right at the beginning, I was just like, really freaked me out.
Perché alla fine non vedi niente,
Ma è
però
un
quell'attesa
mockumentary.
continua.
È un mockumentary.
Quello è fatto con poco budget.
Quello tipo
Sì,
documentario.
che sembra
If
sempre che non vedi niente, poi mette
the
questi
one
canzoni
that was
ampie.
like mockumentary.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hate it. Hate it.
It makes you a lot of anxiety, even if you can't see anything.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of anxiety during all the film.
Yeah, it was very paranormal experience for me. Mamma mia, che paura, mi sono proprio cagato sotto a quello. Cioè, è quello che ci siamo visti insieme pure.
Sì,
Mamma mia.
sì. And another one that I like, and I make you see, watch Esp. Do you know Esp? In the comic.
Esp.
Let me look that one up. Maybe I'm. Is it S?
Trash, no, Esp.
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 Oh, ESP. Yes. I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that one.
That was so horrible. Like, that was actually bad.
It's interesting. It's not the best horror movie,
Yeah.
absolutely, but I felt, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
No, not me.
You know what's funny is that I took note of this, that a lot of your music is inspired by, you know, witches and vampires. Are you a fan of like folk horror, like with ghost stories and witches from different parts of the world?
Allora, ti considera che mio padre, io ho preso questa cosa da mia nonna e mio padre e anche mio zio, tutti un po' appassionati di questa roba. E mio padre da piccolo collezionava questi giornali, si chiamano i giornali del mistero, dove appunto c'erano tutte queste cose legate ai fantasmi, che è una cosa che un po' mi hanno tramandato.
It's a family thing because her father and
We like all crazy.
the brother of her father, her granddad, and they all were very
into this type of things.
Into this type of things. And when
like horror stories.
Yeah, in her house there's full of like these journals.
La casa di mio nonno, non casa.
That her granddad house is full of this journal, like
the journal of mystery.
The journal, in mistero in Italian, the mystery, and the world of these ghost stories, witch stories, I think like that.
It's a family thing, yes, I see.
Yeah, it's a family thing. Yeah,
that's so cool. I like that. I think it's cool that you kind of keep that within the family, because I always kind of grew up in, I think that really it's what it says about here in America, where we grew up in a very like Christian household. So seeing a lot of things that were like, I was always inspired by horror movies. It was just like, oh, you can't watch that because it's not religious or Christian or anything like that. But it wasn't until like I got older I was like, okay, now I feel like I'm old enough to be able to watch these movies without feeling bad or anything like that.
No, praticamente la mia famiglia non è stata così religiosa e quindi ero molto
no,
libera.
her family is not very religious or Catholic,
so I
like
was
that.
really free in this.
Yeah,
lucky.
That's awesome. I'm so envious. I think that's great. Do you have any projects or ideas that you feel like you've been working on, but you're going, okay, you're kind of developing it, but you kind of put it like on the back burner, kind of waited till you have more time or money to pursue it, like like a concept album or like a movie, an idea for a movie or anything like that? Do you have any projects or ideas that you kind of put on the back burner for now?
Allora, diciamo che per il momento sto realizzando più date possibili in Europa e sto lavorando appunto con un'agenzia
certo.
in Inghilterra, perché voglio cercare di promuovere più possibile l'album. Poi mi piace molto suonare live e poi io già mi sto anticipando perché già sto pensando un po' al concept del prossimo album.
As for now, we are focusing on on concerts, like to have more and more live dates That's the main thing. But she is uh
I already
she is already
think
thinking
about
about
my
the upcoming album,
Yes,
the
my
next one.
Ci sto pensando un po' al concept, anche un po' all'estetica, insomma mi avvantaggio. Traduci.
She's already thinking about all the concept about the not next the next album
Yes.
and also the aesthetic that it has to have and things like that.
Yes, it's very soon, but
Yeah.
Good.
I in my mind.
I can't wait to hear it. I'm very excited. So with your full length album, is Modern Vampires coming out May 15th? When is your full length album, My Rage? Is that coming out May 15th, or is that going to be a later date?
I'm waiting confirm from my label, but it
Mhm.
will be in June.
Okay,
But
June.
I don't know the date, exactly
The
date.
exact date.
Però lo annuncerò il prima
Yeah,
possibile.
but as soon as we know, we will
We'll let
announce
everybody know.
But
That's
around
awesome.
June.
around June.
Yes, the wait is almost over.
Mhm.
I can't wait.
And what's your? It's kind of your first time working with, like a label and kind of working with like a touring manager. How do you feel? Are you excited? Are you nervous? Kind of tell me how you're feeling, like kind of in this sort of developing stage as an artist.
Sì, è la prima volta che lavoro con un'etichetta così grande. I try. It's the first time that I work with a label, an important label. So I'm very excited about it. And e soprattutto ora, now help me.
Sì.
Sono stata molto contenta del fatto che alla fine hanno deciso di lavorare con me, nonostante abbia mandato delle demo praticamente molto grezze, diciamo, e poi il fatto che mi abbiano lasciato con molta libertà di espressione nell'album.
She's very happy because the label, come si chiama?
Wave Records.
Wave Records, leave her like
a lot of artistic
a
freedom.
lot of freedom. Like she didn't want the label didn't want to hear the album before produce it.
Si è fidata.
Yeah, they completely trust the process and said, okay, tell us where the album is ready, send to us, and we will put on CDs and vinyls, and that's it. Like
poi si sono messi comunque a disposizione anche con la grafica.
They work on the graphic as with air, like not we do
they
them
follow my idea.
They follow
all the album concept.
all the idea, all the concept, but the very cool thing was that there was no like limit to her creativity, to her ideas, her artistic expression, not whatsoever. Like there was two emails. The first, okay, we will make an album. The second, okay, the album is great. We will put on CD and vinyls. Let's release it in June. That's it.
Amazing. Because a lot of artists that, I mean, we've kind of hit a certain point where the label doesn't interfere with the creative process with artists, when that was kind of going on like in the 90s and the 2000s, where they wanted to have creative control. And now I feel like we've reached a certain point where the labels are going, look, we trust you, we know your art, we know which direction you're going, just do what you got to do, and we'll have your back 100% of the way. I think that's great that you found a label that is willing to work with you, instead of have you work for them. Like there's too many labels that try to use the artist, if that makes sense.
Piuttosto che portarlo.
Io inizialmente ho pure un po' di questo, inizialmente quando lo sai, invece poi...
Before like signing, she was a little bit afraid of these things of the label, like I don't know, but and if they wanna change something, if they wanna put their hands and completely change I don't know the lyrics or the concept and things like that, but then they were very, very professional.
Yes.
And
Yeah, I think that the most important thing is that the artist
has to be free.
exactly.
Wow, that's great. I'm so happy to hear something like that. What's your, if anybody comes to you and goes, hey, can you recommend an artist for me? Who's your go-to recommendation, whether it's new or old? Who's your, someone's like, I need something new to listen to. Give me some ideas. Who's your go-tos?
Obviously, I suggest myself. It's just Shadows.
Smart. I love that.
Mylla Issues and Shadows.
Mhm.
Yes, these two names. I'm honest.
There you go. Was there I'm trying to think of which, I feel like I've covered most of my questions, but let me make sure.
Sorry, we are a little bit chaotic.
No, you're good. No, it's just a hangout. Don't worry, there's no like formula or anything. Like,
Yeah.
do what?
I hope you're having fun.
No, this is great. Like, honestly, like, I'm with most podcasts, most people, they kind of strict with like, the sort of format or anything like that. Like, this is just us hanging out. Like, that's kind of how I want this sort of vibe to be. And don't ever go, question how everything's going or anything. Like, this is just us hanging out. Like, it's very just laid back and loose podcast. So don't worry about that. So, did you ever have, when you started working on something, did you ever have to go against your instincts when it comes to writing a song and you go, I gotta trust my gut on this one. I gotta stick with my feelings. Did you ever kind of go through that process where there was this sort of internal battle versus, I'm not sure about writing about this feeling or anything like that, versus, let's just go ahead and do this. Like, I feel like this is kind of a gut moment, if that makes sense, where it's like you're working on something and you're working on a song and you're writing, lyric ideas, and you're kind of in this sort of internal struggle, this internal battle going, I don't know if I'm comfortable about talking about this, or, let's just go ahead and do it. Does that make sense?
Ho avuto magari una da una parte.
Esatto, di dire lo dico o non lo
Sì.
dico, vaffanculo.
Allora, no, non tanto a livello di, praticamente quello che voglio dire poi lo dico, è più a volte ho un po' paura perché ho sempre quella cosa di essere un po' troppo pop per l'ambiente dark wave, un po' troppo magari, e quindi a volte avevo paura di fare dei pezzi che fossero un po' troppo pop, che andassero un po' fuori, invece poi ho visto che questa cosa è piaciuta perché c'è stata una varietà, insomma, una novità.
So she was saying she never had this feeling about something she was writing, but about some songs, because she thought that some of her songs was too pop for the dark wave ambient. But then she said like, okay,
I try.
I will try, and
then I find
let's
out
see
that
how the people react to these things. And the reaction was always like very great and very positive about these things. So when you decide to follow a path, follow a genre like dark wave, the first thought is, okay, I need to do the things like every other dark wave, in this case artist. So when she started to do things a little bit differently, the first thought of her was like, maybe that's too pop, maybe that's not too dark, and things like that. But then she realized, okay, let's try it and let's see how it goes. And she went.
Because I think that people feel that l'onestà del progetto, che è molto reale.
The transparency.
Sì.
She was saying that the people can see the transparency of the product. Can see that she's there.
Molto spontaneo.
That's very spontaneous. That's just Mylla.
I follow my instincts
Your
in the
guts.
in the making
Yeah.
of the songs.
Because I mean, I think we're starting to realize the difference between someone who's being authentic or they're just doing this to sell like be fake or have like this sort of like, you know, they're riding out on the trends or anything like that. Like I think people are starting to realize that you're yourself and you're authentic and you're 100%. And were you surprised that a lot of people are continuously drawn to your music?
Sei sorpresa del fatto che un sacco di gente ascolta la tua musica? No. Sì.
No, diciamo, cioè, nel senso, sono contenta che abbiano apprezzato
Yeah.
comunque la, mi viene proprio la parola, tipo onestà, non so che,
Trasparenza.
esatto, trasparenza. E come dicevo prima, cioè, sì, magari inizialmente avevo poche aspettative
Mhm.
e mi ha stupita più che altro. Sono contenta che sono riuscita a
Yeah.
trasmettere il
Okay.
mio mondo interiore.
She was very surprised, as we were saying before, because at the start of the project, there were very low expectation from her. So when people started to come over and
Give me
say,
feedback.
yeah,
So-
that's good. She was very, yeah, she is. Not she was. She is very happy about these things, and she's very happy that most of the people can see the transparency, as we were saying, of the product, the fact that she's that, you know, when she's seeing about witches doing witchy stuff, she's there, she's just there.
It's like
Maybe
my interior, my mondo interno,
yeah,
diciamo.
that's maybe that's not like hair when it's I don't know, in the supermarket, you know, but it's deep in hair. That's the deeply is Mylla, you know. Well, the outside is always
Sì,
a little
diciamo che
bit.
non è perché nonostante sia adesso un po' un trend del momento, in realtà io ho sempre scritto così.
Yeah, because we can see that as for now that's a trend, you know. The dark wave is
L'atmosfera del
yeah,
gotico,
all the
tutto
goth
questo.
atmosphere is returning as a trend, but
But I always write
yeah,
about it.
she always write things about that, but she just now she found the, you know, the non mi viene il nome, non mi viene la cosa, she found a way to
Mhm.
communicate that. But before these things, she was just her, and but without the communication of the dark wave, the goth wave, and things like that.
Mhm.
Wow, that's great. And I got one last question, and then I'll let you guys go. I really appreciate your time. This has been great.
Sorry for
Yeah, so sorry.
We
So
make-
No,
sorry.
no, no, no. Please don't. Like I said, don't be sorry. You know, I'm used to this. Honestly, I've had some where I think probably one of the most difficult podcasts I had to do was an artist from Ireland, and he doesn't own a computer, and he didn't do like, you know, Zoom or FaceTime. It was I had to call him, and the phone kept cutting out, and he's like, "Oh, hey, you're calling me in the middle of of a storm," and
Yeah, that's pretty difficult.
yeah, and so that one was like, oh my gosh, like it was hard to hear. It kept cutting out. A lot of like, you know, a lot of interference. So honestly, this is super cool. So thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. This has been great. Um, if you could go back and talk to your younger self, what would you say?
Se potessi dire qualcosa alla te stessa più piccola, cosa sarebbe?
allora sarebbe non ti preoccupare tanto di come ti stanno andando adesso le cose, tanto miglioreranno e troverai anche il tuo modo di esprimerti.
Okay. Don't worry about things now, because it will be better,
Troverai la tua strada.
and you will find a way to
Express.
express yourself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I like that. Okay, I just want to go ahead and let everybody know. Follow Mylla on Instagram, TikTok. Check out the music on Bandcamp. Please do Bandcamp because the money goes to the artist and musician. Modern Vampires comes out May 15th, and your full-length album, My Rage, will be coming out sometime in June. Follow to get all that updated information. Is there anything else you want to add before I let you go?
Vuoi dire qualcosa prima di salutare, cioè prima che ce ne andiamo?
No, soltanto se siete magari a Marsiglia a
Ringrazio.
giugno, venite a
Ringrazio.
sentirmi
Okay.
e ovviamente grazie mille.
Okay, so if you from non mi ricordo
Marsiglia.
Marseille
Mhm.
in June, we will be
I
there.
perform on 19th
She
of
will be
June.
there. And she was performing. And the second and most important thing, thank you for the great
Yes,
talk.
thank you for this
And
opportunity
sorry.
and for your time.
Sorry for our English.
Oh, please.
I'll try my best. I'm not too good.
No, you're good.
Oh, thank you.
No, I've heard everything. Don't worry. Like you're all good. Like there was no issues, nothing. Like I totally, could understand everything you're saying, and totally understand where the answers were going. And I'm going. This has been a perfect interview. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
you.
All right, one second. Let me put.